Welcome. My name is Alyssa. Welcome to this slow flow Vinyasa class. I'm glad that you can join me today. The theme for today is just to let it be. There's so much going on in the world around us that we can't change, and yoga really teaches us to be more accepting. The one thing that we have control over is whether we accept it and go on. And that's what all of us are trying to do. So if we can detach from our feelings a little bit and use our breathing practices, use the flow that we have through yoga, it might help us to be able to get a little bit of a detachment and kind of stay fluid. So for class today, obviously you're at home, you're not in the studio, so I can make a couple of suggestions for you that you can use as props. You can use a block if you have one at home. If you don't have one at home, guess what? A book will help, can serve as a prop as well. If you don't have either of those, don't worry about it. Just, you can do without it. The other thing that you might use is a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a tie or a towel or whatever you got. And again, just do the best you can and take the modifications, take the changes that you need to do in your body, as always, to feel good. We adapt the poses to our body and not the other way around. So pace yourself, take it easy, take a break as you need to. This is all about really trying to feel calmer and more at ease. That's really the goal of the class today. And as I said, to kind of just sit with things and let them be. So to start off with, I will ask you to start on your back. So just bring your back down to the mat, and maybe you have your knees bent, maybe you don't. I don't know if you can see me. Some of the shots here, we're doing home video, so some of the shots might be better than others. So knees can be bent, or you can lengthen them out in front of you if you like, your preference. And eyes can stay open, or you can gaze softly down. Just soften the eyelids. Allow your shoulders to just kind of melt away down into the ground beneath you. The arms can turn, shoulders can turn out, palms can come up. And come into your breath here. If it's more comfortable, you can have the palms down. Just be aware of how you are coming into class today, what's on your mind, what your breath is like, what's going on in your body today, because it changes. And now just take your hands to your lower belly and bring your middle fingers to touch. And take a deep breath in so that you fill up the lower abdomen with your breath and it rounds. Now bring your hands to your ribs. See if you can inhale some more breath and expand the ribs out to the side. And then raise the chest even high and feel your chest broaden. And now exhale, lower the chest, feel your chest kind of come together and loosen, feel the ribs knit together, and now bring your hands all the way down to your belly. That's a 3-part breath, and it's great to be able to feel it here in this pose where we're lying down on the mat. So again, inhale and open up the lungs and rounding the lower belly. Bring the hands to the ribs, spread the ribs wide. And now feel the ribs, maybe even bring your hands to your collarbone and lift them up. Now exhale it out. Feel the collarbones lower, feel the ribs knit together, and feel the belly flatten. Continue 2 more full rounds of that 3-part breath. It's called Durga breath. Inhale, open, open, expand, hold, lower, exhale, ribs together, belly together. One more time on your own, opening, expanding, sipping in more air, filling the lungs, rising, hold, exhale it out, lower the collarbone and chest, ribs approach each other, belly flattens. Now just feel what's going on after that full breathing. Return to your natural breath. And maybe as we go through your practice today, you may want to use a mantra, which is a saying or a couple of words. For today, I was thinking we could use, I feel safe in the flow of my ever-changing life. I feel safe in the flow of my ever-changing life. Okay, now let's take the hands above you, stretch them out, and stretch your legs out for a nice stretch, like you're stretching the first time in the morning. Maybe you did just get up. Inhale here, exhale and release it. Now make sure you have enough room for you to have your hands overhead, and then bend up your knees again and bring your heels back towards the base of your hips. We'll inhale here and lift up your lower back, mid-back, upper back into a bridge pose on the inhale. Exhale, take the hands above you and down towards the floor as everything lowers down. This is a flowing bridge. So inhale up, rising up into bridge, hands behind you. Exhale, lower your upper, middle, lower back, hands come down beside you. Let's take 2 more of those. Inhale up, exhale down. Last time, inhale up, exhale down. All right, let's lengthen out the legs in front of you and take your right hand behind you and grasp your right wrist with your left arm and just stretch over toward your left side, feeling the stretch in the right side of your body. This is something similar to that we do in standing, a C stretch here. Bring the hands center, stretching the arms out in front of you. And now the left arm curves around your head, and take a hold with your right arm around the wrist for a nice stretch here. And bring the hands center. Now, draw the left knee in toward the chest for a nice squeeze. And then extend it up, the sole of the foot up toward the ceiling. Now you can just hold on with your hands to the back of the thigh and push up. If you happen to have a strap or some ties or towel or whatever you have, let's bring the leg in toward the chest for a good stretch to the hamstrings here. Now, let's bring it out toward the side, away from the middle of your body, holding on to whatever you have. And if you don't have a strap, that's okay. You can just interlace your hands right here behind the thigh, one hand or both, or none, and letting the left leg drop out toward the side. Bring it to the center, bring it back in toward the chest. And then let it cross over to the opposite side of the body. I'm not going to be using a strap here in case anybody doesn't have a strap, but feel free, since this is recorded, if you use it a second time, you might want to try it with that. And then bring it center and release it down. Let's take the opposite knee in. Your left knee can be straight or bent, whichever feels right. Nice stretch here to the hip. And now let's interlace behind your right thigh. Bring it in toward the chest. And now drop it out toward the side for an opening to the hip here. And see if you can keep your left hip on the floor. Feel a stretch to the outer side of the hip, maybe a little to the inside of the thigh. And then let's bring it center one more time and bring the knee in toward the chest. And now the right leg goes across the body in the opposite direction. It may not go down that far. If you feel any kind of, you want to feel some sensation in the outer right hip, not any pain or strain. And then bring it center. And let's rock and roll to a seated position here. And come to a tabletop pose here. So shoulders directly over your wrists and hips directly over your knees. And make sure that your knees are about hip width distance apart. So that's approximately 2 fists apart. Coming back to your tabletop, nice neutral spine. So let's drop the belly, raise the tailbone, send your heart through your upper arms, lift your chin. We're in our cow pose. And then roll everything down from tip of your tailbone through your back, through your chin, into your cat. Inhale up for cow. Exhale down for cat. 2 more in your own pace, in your own time, in your own way. Last time, up and down. All right, walk your hands out, just about a palm print ahead of you. Turn your toes under and press into your palms as you lift up into your downward dog. So feet are about hip width distance, heels are melting. Your hip bones, your sits bones are sailing toward the sky. And let's begin to walk out the dog. So inhale here and bend your knee. Exhale, bend the other knee. Inhale, bend one knee. Exhale, bend the other. We're moving with breath. To create that flow. And then arrive into some stillness. Make sure you're pressing into every finger, the knuckle under every finger, but especially under your thumb and index fingers. So inhale here. Exhale, come to a plank pose. Shoulders a little ahead of the wrists. Your belly is nice and firm, heels pressing back. Feel free to lower the knees down at any point if you need to. Again, honoring your body and just let things be as they are in your body. And if you're feeling the need to put the knees down, then go with it. Go with that flow. Heels pressing back behind you. So inhale here for plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Breathe in, bend your knees. Breathe out, straighten them. Breathe in, coming to plank. Breathe out, downward dog. Breathe in, bend the knees. Breathe out, straighten. Breathe out, in here, and breathe out to plank. Breathe in here. Breathe out, back to your downward dog. One more time. Breathe in, bend your knees. Breathe out, straighten. Breathe in, come to plank. Breathe out, back to your downward dog. Let's drop the knees for a minute and sit it back into your child's pose. So your hips reach back in the direction of the heels. Knees can be either mat width distance or a little bit closer. Hands reach out in front of you, and forehead can come directly to the mat or a block or a book, whatever you've got. If that feels like a little farther reach, let's take a full breath here. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to tabletop, we'll move that off to the side. Turn the toes under, lift back up into your downward facing dog. I'm going to walk a little forward because of my space. So, in your down dog, lift your right leg up to the sky here. And then take the right knee in toward the chest as you exhale. Inhale up, straighten the leg, exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale up, right knee to left elbow, crossing the body, keeping the arms strong. Inhale up, and then set it back down. Opposite side, right, left leg will lift up, inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg lifts, exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale up, cross it over the body, left knee to right elbow. And set it back down. Inhale here, bend your knees. Exhale, walk your feet forward. Hang your first forward fold here. Breathe in and bring your hands to your shins for a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. We'll begin to flow a little bit here. Step back because I'm not sure you can see me. Just let me adjust just a little bit. Good. So we begin to flow with our Sun A salutations. So let's start in our mountain pose. Feel your feet. Feet can be parallel to each other. Toes can be touching with the heels a little bit apart. Or maybe the toes are about 2 inches apart. Palms face forward. Go ahead and tighten your quadricep muscles. Lift your heart and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your shoulder blades together in the back. And then release. Let's take the hands behind you, interlace them, and really squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your heart on the inhale. Exhale, fold it forward. Arms can stay on the base of the spine or lifting up. Let the head release. Hands come to the lower back, rise on up. We'll begin to flow here. Arms reach up on the inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center, forward fold. Inhale up, flat back, pressing your hip bones back behind you. Exhale, hands come into the mat, step back, step, step, into plank, high or low. Inhale here, exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Hands come under the shoulders. Inhale up to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over the toes. Send it back into your down dog. Breathe in here, bend your knees. Breathe out, walk the feet forward, forward fold. Arms sweep up on the inhale, palms together, exhale to your heart center. Let's start that one more time. Again, starting in your mountain, arms will reach up on the inhale. Exhale, fold it forward. Breathing in, pressing into your flat back. Breathing out, step back into your plank. High push-up here. Maybe we now go to a low push-up, bending the elbows in toward the waist, going halfway down, and then all the way down. Hands come under the shoulders, lift up for cobra, or all the way up for upward facing dog. Tops of the feet where your laces go, pressing in, heart shining forward. Inhale here, exhale, rolling over the toes, sending it back into your down dog. Breathe in, bend the knees. Breathe out, walk it forward, forward fold. Arms sweep up on the inhale, palms together into your heart center. Let's kind of see what's going on now. That's the process of sun salutation. We begin to feel everything moving, energy that we've just moved in our body. We'll add on a little bit here. So, arms will reach up on the inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Breathing into your flat back, inhale, breathing out, hands come into the mat, stepping back with your right foot behind you. Come to a runner's lunge. You're on the ball of the back foot. Hands are on either side of the left foot. Your tented fingers here, lifting up. So bring your heart forward for a cow lunge. And then straighten the left leg, folding over, curling the back for a cat lunge. Inhale up for your cow. Exhale down for your cat. Inhale up for cow. Exhale down for cat. Back to your lunge. Press into the mat, step back with your left foot behind you. Roll it forward for a plank, high push-up, maybe going to low or all the way down. Flip the feet, coming to cobra or upward facing dog. Rolling over the toes, sending it back into downward facing dog. Right leg now lifts on the inhale. Exhale, step it forward. Lower the hips, look up, inhale. Exhale. Inhale here. Left foot meets right. Hang in your forward fold. Arms sweep up on the inhale. Palms together. Exhale into your heart center. We'll take that to the other side. Arms will sweep up on the inhale. Maybe a back bend as we fold it forward. Breathe into your flat back. Breathe out, hands to the mat, step back now with your left foot behind you. Hands tented and on either side of the right foot. So inhale, bring the chest forward, looking up for your cow lunge. Exhale, straighten the leg, bow over, rounding for your cat. Inhale up for cow. Exhale down for cat. Last time, inhale up for your cow lunge. Exhale down for your cat. Back to your lunge. Pressing into the mat. Step back now with your right foot into your downward facing dog. Breathe it in, coming to plank. High push-up, inhale, maybe low push-up, exhale. Flip the feet, cobra or upward dog, inhaling up, exhaling back into your down dog. Left leg now lifts up, inhale, exhale, step it forward. Back to your runner's lunge. Look up, inhale, exhale, right foot meets left, hang in your forward fold. Arms will sweep up to the sky. Inhale, exhale to your heart center. Arms will raise up on the inhale. Grab a hold of your right wrist and bend over toward your left side. Come back to center. Reach up. Grab a hold of your left wrist and bend toward the other side. Reach center and back to your heart. We'll take one last sun A salutation, ending in a chair pose, and move on from there. Arms will reach up on the inhale. Exhale, folded forward. Breathing into your flat back, pressing back behind you. Back as flat as a table. Palms come into the mat. Step it back, step, step. Into your downward facing dog. Roll it forward into your high push-up. Maybe go low. Upward facing dog. Rolling over the toes back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, walk the feet forward. Now join the toes. Sweep the arms high. And sit it back into your chair pose. Heels are a little bit apart, and if that's not comfortable for your hips, you can have the toes parallel to each other. Nice long spine, hips are low. Relax the shoulders. Palms come into the heart. Inhale here. Exhale, fold it forward. Breathe into your flat back. Sweep the arms high, coming into chair. Hands come into the heart center. Lengthen out your spine. And now twist toward your right. Left arm to the outside of your right knee. Keep it low. Twist coming from the upper part of your spine, not the lower. Sit the hips a little bit lower. We can always have the arms come out like wings, or this way. Your left hand down to the floor, the other one opening up. Choose the pose that feels best in your body. And then send it forward, forward, fold. Inhale up, sitting back into your chair. Lengthen out the spine. Hands come to prayer. Long spine. And now twist in the opposite direction. Whatever version you took on one side, maybe you'll take it on the other. Or maybe you won't. Sit the hips down a little bit more. Drawing knees in line. Breathing here in this challenging pose. And then send it forward. Walk the hands up the legs. We'll take some of our warrior poses now. So we'll take the legs out to either side in a wide-legged stance and hands to the hips. Turn your right toes out toward the right and bend into the right knee. Now take the left toes toward the upper left side of your mat. And take a look at your right knee. You want it traveling out toward the pinky side of your foot. And your left hand behind you, your right hand in front of you. We're in a warrior two pose. Now bring the left hand forward. And we're in a warrior one pose. We want to take the hips roughly in line with one another. Arms raised overhead. Still bending into that right knee. Lower the shoulders back behind you. Now take the hands behind you. Join them at the base of your spine. Open up the heart and bow the upper body over the right knee. You can stay right there or take the right shoulder to the inside of the right knee and raise the arms high. Maybe we press them together. Allow the head to drop. Feel the rootedness of your feet, your foundation, and breathe. One more full breath in and out. Hands come back to the sacrum. Rise up, warrior one. Bring the hands into the heart and open up now to your warrior two. So you might change the position of the back toes. They might be in a little bit on an angle, or they might be facing out. And keeping the bend in the front knee. Arms come out. Left hand behind you, right hand in front of you. And so your hips, you want to turn them out toward the side. It may not feel completely comfortable to you to have them out to the side. If you've got some tightness in the hips, they can be a little bit on an angle. Flip your front palm. Inhale, exhale, both palms together. Join them overhead for a gentle warrior, straightening the forward foot. Bring it in through your heart and send it out again to your warrior two. Flip your front palm. Inhale, exhale, reverse. Now, grab a hold of your right wrist and straighten your right leg for sky archer pose. A really nice stretch of the side body here. And now release the right hand forward, keeping the front leg straight, releasing and leaning forward as far as you possibly can with that right hand, and allow it to fall somewhere on the right shin or to a block. Left hand can come to the hip or rise to the sky for your triangle pose. Roughly stacking shoulder over shoulder. And so we don't really worry about how far down the left hand goes on this shin. What we really want is equal length on both sides of the body. One more full breath in and out. And back to our warrior two. Take the hands to the hips, swivel on the right foot. Let's take the heels in and the toes out. Let's sit back into our horse pose now. Arms can come out to goal post. Raise them up on the inhale. Exhale, bring the elbows down to the waist. Inhale up. Exhale down. Sitting lower and having the knees away, traveling away from the center of your body. Again, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down. All right, take the hands to the hips and swivel on the right foot. Turn it out and come into your left foot. Turn it away. Turn the right foot toward the upper right corner of your mat. Coming to a warrior. I'm just going to push back a little here. Coming to a warrior one on the opposite side. Bending into the front knee, taking care that the knee is stacked right over your ankle. And take your hand and really take your hip, pulling your left hip back and your right hip forward so that they're in line with one another, sitting lower. Really feeling this warrior one pose. Now take the hands behind you. They can stay right on your sacrum, interlaced. Inhale, open up the chest, look up. Exhale, bow forward over the bent knee. We can bow and directly hover over the knee, or take the left shoulder to the inside of the knee. Whatever you're doing, just be in this pose. However it is for you, just go with it. Just tell yourself you are safe in the flow of your ever-changing life. of your ever-changing yoga flow here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring the hands into the heart. And now open up to warrior two on the opposite side. Flip both palms. Inhale them overhead. Straighten the front leg. Gentle warrior. Bring it through your heart center and out again. Inhale. Flip the front palm. Reverse. Now grab your left palm. Straighten your left leg for sky archer pose. Feeling a nice stretch along the left side of the body. Release that down and lean forward, sending the hips back behind you. Your left arm forward. Your left arm is reaching to your shin or perhaps to a block. My mat is scrunching up here. The joys of trying to create a home video. And then the other arm raises to the sky. And here we are in our triangle pose on the opposite side. Really opening up your shoulders, your heart, lifting higher. Feeling yourself now, your best self. Wherever that is, however high you are. Wherever your hand is extending on your left shin. Just try to be in this pose and accept whatever it is for you today. And back to warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips. Swivel on your feet. Heels in. Toes out. Hands to the hips. Inhale here. Open up the heart. Looking up. Exhale. Fold it forward all the way down to the mat. Hands can reach or come to blocks. Shift your weight forward. Let the head drop. Forward fold. Bend the knees here. Inhale. Exhale, straighten them. Fold a little more deeply. Again, inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten. And fold down. Bring the hands to the hips and with a flat back, rise on up to standing. Hands come out to the side. Bring them together overhead. Shine your hands out on either side of you for a star pose. See if you can bring some of that light into the room with you. Hands come into your hips and walk your feet together. Just going to fix my mat here a bit. Coming to the top of your mat here. Bringing your hands into your heart. Take your left foot forward. Bending at the knee. Holding it there. Finding a place to keep your gaze so you're steady. Bring it out to the side. And then rest your left toes on the mat and bring the left heel into the inside of the right shin for your tree pose. You can take the sole of the foot into the opposite shin, pressing in, lifting the heart like cobra. Or maybe it rises even higher, maybe it doesn't. Arms can raise up. Breathing, steadiness of breath. Palms come together and bring it back into your heart. We'll take it to the other side now. Lifting your right knee, bending it, right sole of the foot to the floor. Bring it out toward the side. Steadiness of gaze. evenness of breath, letting whatever happens, happens. Just let it be. Toes come back down to the floor. Bring the right heel to the inside of the left shin or calf, or bring it up, or maybe it comes up even higher to the inside of the thigh, anywhere but the knee itself. Hands can stay right here, or raise up to the sky with a lift of the heart, maybe a lift of the spirits. Holding and fully inhabiting this moment. Palms come together, bring it back to your heart, bring the feet down. Let's lower down to the mat. Knees are bent. Lower your body back down. I think I might do it this way so the camera can see me a little bit better. Bend up your right knee and bring the right ankle just below your left. Taking half pigeon pose here. You can keep both your left foot on the floor or push away for a little added stretch. Or you can take the hands behind your left thigh and draw it all in for deeper opening of the right hip. You might even take your right elbow and nudge it in toward the thigh to increase the intensity of the stretch. But every single variation is always optional. It always depends on where you're at today, in this moment. And breathe. And release the foot down to the floor. We'll take it to the other side. So left knee bends, left ankle just below the right knee, crossing, keeping it all on the floor or drawing it in with your hands behind your right thigh. Release all of that down. We'll go back and take a bridge pose now. So palms pressing on either side of your hips. Palms pressing into the mat. Walk your feet in so that you can just about, with your fingertips, touch or just glaze the back of your heels. So take a breath in, inhale, and lift the lower back, the mid back, the upper back from the floor. Maybe you shimmy your shoulders together. Crown of your head reaching in one direction. Toes and knees energetically reaching in the opposite direction. Breathe in here. Breathe out and slowly lower everything back down to the mat. So bring your right knee in toward your chest, giving it a nice squeeze. Now, draw your right knee across your body and scoot your hips a little toward the right. Draw it across your body. Open your arms like wings here. Gaze can turn in the opposite direction of your bent knee. And if that feels uncomfortable, you can go ahead and bend up both knees and allow them to stack one over the other. This is a nice place for a block under the knee or a pillow or whatever you have, a blanket. Settling in here. Allow your shoulders to relax down. Now,
Shift the knees in toward the center and extend out the opposite knee and draw your left knee across the body, opening the arms like wings and shifting a little bit the hips over toward the left, turning the gaze in the opposite direction of bent knee. Relaxing here. Bend both knees together. Bring both knees in toward the chest. Wrap them up. Wrap the legs up with your hands and just rock from side to side. Now take the knees up toward the sky and draw a big circle as though you're drawing a circle on the ceiling, rolling them around toward your left and rolling them around toward your right. Hug them in toward you one more time. Lift them up. And now draw in towards the palms, in towards the feet. Palms pressing into the bottoms of the feet, lifting up, opening up the legs for happy baby. And if that doesn't feel comfortable, you could bring the hands to the outside edge of your feet. Inhale here and extend the legs long. Exhale, draw the knees in toward the inside of the shoulders. Inhale, extend. Exhale, draw them down. And then just rock from side to side. And try to be reminded of an infant when they're in their crib and they're discovering their feet for the first time. And they're just living in the moment. There's that innocence. They don't have all the emotions yet that we have, that we process daily, that sometimes create so much suffering for us and stress. If we can just take a tip from babies and just live in this particular moment, moment by moment, even for a few moments in our day, maybe we can find a little bit of ease in this time of chaos and worry. And now close your feet together, your knees together like a book, and bring the feet down to the mat. And see if you have a block or a book or whatever you have handy to place under your hips at your lower back. Or you can, if you don't have anything nearby, you can press one palm into the mat below your hips and the other one on top of it. And then rest your lower back on your palms and lift your feet up toward the sky, allowing them to just kind of dangle there. Reaching up, just kind of lingering. Feel the sensation of this filtering down of just the granules of your being, all the particles of you. Flow of your blood from your feet in the reverse direction to your heart can be very calming, and that's why inversions are so good for us. Now bend your knees, remove whatever is from your hips, and take one heel out toward each side. Coming to your last pose, your Shavasana pose. Now that being said, if that's not comfortable for you, you can take the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to splay out to either side. You can keep the knees bent, whatever works for you, whatever makes you feel at ease and less stressed. Palms can be down. Many people feel that's very grounding for you if you're feeling kind of untethered. palms can be up if you're feeling in need of energy from the world. And allow your eyes to gaze down or to completely close. Feel the cheeks start to soften. Let go of any holding tension in your jaw. Feel your shoulders relax down toward the ground. Release any tension in your hands, and maybe you make a fist, tight fist, and then open. And feel the flood of relaxing sensation in the fingers, out through the fingertips. Maybe you feel some release of tension behind the knees and the calves and the ankles. Try to feel as if the earth is cradling you and embracing you in a very comforting and protective embrace. So you can stay with this Shavasana. You can turn off the video here and just stay, put on some nice music and stay with this Shavasana or more meditative part of the yoga for as long as you like. Or you can bend your knees and bring them in to your chest and rock from side to side here. Taking a nice circle in one direction and then circling your knees in the opposite direction. Draw them in, give yourself a big hug because you deserve it, because you did yoga today. You did something good for yourself. Open your arms like wings and allow your knees to fall over toward the right or left side. And then curl up into a little ball here, sort of a fetal position, as though you're in a very safe and secure place, like the womb. And allow everything good that you did for yourself to just kind of resonate here with you. And I am reminded of a line from a lyric from a song that we all know that I think we can take some faith from today. When the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer. Let it be. It's from Paul McCartney and the Beatles. So try to take a little bit of that into the rest of your day, letting things be. Trying not to go to every emotion that enters you. Using your breath to find some composure. Take your hands, press them into the mat, coming to a seated position, crossing ankle over ankle. Palms can come to your knees. Grow your spine nice and tall. Melt your hips down. Crown of the head reaching high. Palms will reach out to the side. Inhale up, palms together. Exhale, bringing them down into your heart center here. Let's take a clearing breath together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Take the thumbs to the space between your eyes. The place where you form your thoughts and intentions. May you find some kind thoughts for yourself and for others in the world who need your care. Bring your thumbs now to your lips, and may those thoughts find way into kind words for yourself and for the welfare of anybody in your world. And now take the thumbs into your heart space, bringing all that into your heart,
carrying it with you as you go into the rest of your day. Bowing your face towards your hands. The accepting heart in me bows to the accepting heart in each and every one of you. Let's bow together and say, Namaste. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me with your practice today. I hope to see you all very soon, live and in person. I miss you very much. Be safe, be well, take good care of yourselves and those that you love. Bye-bye. See you soon.